Hi, that's me. I'm on summer break right now, but my dad keeps coming home and saying, I work full-time, will you just read all day? Okay. I mean, that's not even true because I also play with my dog. Hi! My dad's negativity gave me an idea. What if I read 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and pretended it was my full-time job? Thanks, Dad. Hello. I've been reading for roughly 2 hours. I have a stopwatch going for when I'm actually reading because I do really want to be reading for a full 8 hours. I think I've been reading for 1 hour and 57 minutes and I'm on page 97. So I'm reading roughly 50 pages an hour, which I think is a pretty good rate for me. I'm a fairly slow reader, so yeah. But I just started Will They or Won't They by Ava Wilder. I think I saw one TikTok or maybe it was an Instagram reel. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't think I saved it, which is a shame. It is a second chance romance between an actor and an actress who are exes, but they're both the leads of the #1 TV show. They had a little bit of a romance and then something happens and then they hate each other and then the woman leaves the show and now she's coming back for their final season. So I believe it's gonna be a second chance romance. I haven't read the back. Yeah, basically the back is just restating everything I said. And I'm liking it so far. I think it's cute. And I like the tension, reminds me of something I read in the olden days. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading this and I'll keep my stopwatch going. If I keep going at my pace, I should be able to finish quite a few books this week, which is really exciting. So I'll check back in later, I guess. I don't know. Hey besties, guess what just happened to me? LOL. So funny. So in the rocking chair, it's one of my favorite places to read, except for there's always bees in that area and they just started getting really close to me and I felt uncomfortable, so I collected my things and came inside. And when I did that, I used this as my bookmark because my actual bookmark was later in the book and I just wanted to get out as fast as possible. And I guess when this happened, my stopwatch cleared. I'm on page 115. If I had to guess, I'm probably around 2 hours and 15 to 20 minutes in. I'm gonna put it down that I've been reading for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So now I need to read for 5 hours and 45 minutes, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself. Anyway, can't really do anything about it now. It cleared. I can't go back to what it said, so I'll continue to read. Alright, in less than 5 minutes, I'm hitting the 4-hour mark. And honestly, I feel great. This book is actually really good. And so I looked it up on Goodreads, and it only has 2,000 reviews. And I was wait, why has no one read this? I feel 2,000 is not very many. And then I looked at the publishing date. I guess this book came out less than 2 weeks ago. So it's a new release, which I didn't realize, but I'm really enjoying, and I hope that a lot of people pick this up. I like the dynamic between the characters, and just the overall storyline is really good. It makes me happy that I just started this book and I'm already over halfway through. It's a big accomplishment as someone who is a slower reader. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to read and hopefully finish this book today.
I didn't get hurt.
I finished it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really liked it and I loved the vibes, but I'm also very much into video production. This focuses on romance and video production, chef's kiss. Anyway, I finished the book in 6 hours and 35 minutes. So I have another hour and 25 minutes to go, and then I'm done for the day. All right, so the next book I'm starting is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a thriller, and I don't usually read thrillers, like, ever, so we'll see how it goes. Hours done, because if you add this to the 2 hours and 15 minutes I had before I accidentally pressed reset, we get 8 hours. So I've never considered myself to be a thriller girly, because honestly, like, I haven't given any thrillers a good chance, which doesn't really make sense because when I was younger I loved scary movies. I'm not really vibing with this. I think that, like, thriller phase has gone past me, and I just don't find it entertaining. I just find it uncomfortable, which I think you're supposed to be uncomfortable when you read books like this, but I'd rather not feel uncomfortable. I'm very happy to stay in my comfort zone of romance and fantasy, but, you know, we're gonna finish this. Maybe by the end of this I will be a thriller girly. I doubt it. But I'm going to continue to give this book a shot, even though I'm not loving it. But it's very much giving, like, scary movie vibes, you know? The back of this is so vague. It does not give you any part of this plot. Marriage. It's an unhappy marriage so far. And they go and have a little getaway. And it's like a creepy chapel in the middle of the night. And they have no cell service. And, you know, it gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. I was thinking maybe I'll read a couple of chapters before bed, but now I'm not sure because I don't want nightmares. Anyway, day one was a success. But I did notice I thought, like, the hours were, like, going by so quickly when I was reading my little romance book. The, like, hour and a half of me reading this went by a little slower. I do have to say, a little slower. But I am 60 pages in, and I think that's pretty good. Right? I'll see you tomorrow. I've read for 2 hours and 20 minutes today, and I've read 100 pages. So I am reading this book slower than Will They or Won't They. I think she keeps, like, sprinkling little things in to, like, keep you on your toes. I would rather not be on my toes. The little bit I read, like, before going to bed, I had to put it down because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have nightmares. So I have, like, 115 pages left. So, like, I'm gonna keep going, even though this is, like, really creeping me out, because I'm hoping that I get answers and then I'm, like, content with how it ends. And then, like, it's gonna be like, oh, ghosts aren't real, don't worry. I hope that's the case, because I don't do paranormal. I will make it out alive. Maybe these characters won't, but I will. I don't know how it ends. I don't know if everyone makes it out alive or not, so I don't think that's a spoiler. Oh my gosh. 4 hours and 45 minutes. I finished. Wow, this was really just made to, like, mess with your head, I think. I haven't read very many thrillers. I've read a couple, and I have to say I don't really enjoy the experience. You know, like, I feel like the ending, you know, it'll get me, and I'll be shocked, and then I'm like, oh, I want to give it, like, a good rating, because that really got me, and that was a crazy ending. But I didn't have a good time reading this. So I don't know what to rate it. May come back to it. I'm thinking it's a 4-star. But at the same time, like, it spooked me. And, like, I think that's a good thing, obviously. I just don't enjoy being spooked. Anyway, I have another 3 hours and 15 minutes of reading to go. And I'm gonna read Addicted for now, because after what that just put me through, I think I need to go to, like, a comfort series. And I think the Addicted series is it for me. And it's not gonna give me the heebie-jeebies, so... Wow! Alright, I read my 8 hours for today. I'm on page 161. If you don't know what the Addicted series is about, the first couple of books anyway, are about two friends that are like fake dating to cover their addictions. Lily being addicted to sex and Lo being addicted to alcohol. And they're rich. And like it's just like them, like, you know, their journey going through their addictions. Anyway, for today, I noticed it was harder getting up today. I was much more tired and not as motivated to read the thriller. But now that I'm like back into this, I'm like, oh yeah, like I just read for 8 hours, but it doesn't really feel like I was reading for all that long. I don't know, I'm just kind of like vibing with the day. But this is crazy. Like I just casually read 8 hours today. And I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know, it doesn't feel like I've been reading for that long. And I honestly wouldn't believe it, except for the fact that it's Tuesday and I've already finished 2 books this week. All right, I will see you tomorrow. I need to pause my timer. I need to take a minute. It feels so real. Now is a good time for a little bit of an update, I guess. I've been reading for 2.5 hours. And I read around like 50 pages last night. So I'm on 337. I feel so attached to these characters. These people, they feel so real. I love them. They feel like my family. That's not true, but they just feel so real. Amazing, 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 amazing. That is incredible. This is 5-star read. Alright, I'm going to go pick up the next book and probably read inside because I'm getting hot out here. So, yeah. Hey, bestie boos. Look at that. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours are done for today. And I am just over like 100 pages into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's just like a nice little YA mystery. You don't have to be too scared that something spooky is gonna happen. Fairly lighthearted, but at the same time it's deep because it's a murder mystery. I love how fast-paced it is. So I think, like, depending on how this ends, I could see myself, like, reading the second and third books in this series. If you're not familiar with the plot of this series, we have our main character, Pip, and for her senior project type thing, she's looking back into how media affects, like, murder investigations. But it's really just a cover for her to go back and try to prove someone's innocence of a murder that took place 5 years before. I'm really enjoying this challenge because it doesn't feel like a chore. I didn't finish my first book of July until July 9th, and now it's July 12th, and I've read 4 books. The first book of the month I was reading was A Court of Silver Flames, and you know, it's 750 pages, and I wasn't motivated to read all that much. But now that I know that I'm capable of just reading a book in a day, if it's short enough, obviously, you can't read long books in a day. But now that I know that I'm capable, I feel like I'm gonna want to read more. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow.
I like the way you say you don't give shit no more. It makes me feel like you cared enough to pick up the phone. And if you cared enough to let it
No! Alright, I finished it. This is a really good book. I think it's a 4.5. I think it's a 4.5. And I feel bad not rating it 5 stars because I feel like it had potential to be 5 stars, but it's not. I think it's a 4.5, and I do want to continue the series I just don't have the rest of it yet. I'm at 3:27, 4.5 hours to go. That's great. But I finished it, and this is a good book. I think I didn't predict the ending, but I don't think I was too far off. But I really enjoyed this. This is good. Yeah. I'm reading this next, The Roommate by Rosie Danon. Now, I'll get reading.
Giving me reverse. What's grand scheme this time?
8 hours is up. I'm on page 222 of The Roommate. I'll give you a little bit of a synopsis. Miss Clara, who is moving across the country to move in with like her little boy toy, the guy she's been in love with for like 10 years. But she's like very type A, like prudish, kind of like Monica Geller, if you've seen Friends. Very much like that, very organized, makes the lists, laminates her lists. But last minute, the guy she's moving in with is like, hey, I'm going on tour and renting my room. So you're actually going to be rooming with a stranger. And our stranger's name is Josh. Josh sort of has more of a unique career and comes from a very different lifestyle than our main character, Clara. And so it's kind of like a learning curve between the two, almost. Anyway, I like it so far. I don't think it's like the best thing I've ever read, but like I am enjoying it. I kind of like getting to know these two people that are like so different and how well they actually like work together. Like I feel like that's kind of fun. I would sit here and finish the rest of this book tonight, but I don't feel like it. I think this is the first time where like I've reached my 8 hours and I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't really want to read anymore today. I will see you tomorrow. The ending fell flat. I don't know. I enjoyed a lot of this. And then the ending just like fell flat. So I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Alright. Now I'm gonna be switching gears to a YA fantasy romance finale, which is book 3 in the Caraval trilogy. The last book.
Picture yourself out of control. Where do you go? Into your head, out of your home. Till you unfold. Why you gotta move like
I love him.
ain't nobody telling you to lose.
I'm done. I finished. Day 5. It's Friday. I read for 8 hours today. And I think today was the hardest day. Like every other day this week, I'm either home alone or my dad is working from home. So I'm like alone and no one's trying to talk to me, which makes this challenge really easy. But today, my mom and my brother were home. And it made my life harder because I wanted to hang out with them. Yeah, so it definitely made reading, like, just, like, focusing on my book harder because, like, I could hear all of the conversations going on outside of my room. And I'm like, oh, my God, what are they talking about? Like, I want to join in on the conversation. That being said, I still read 334 pages of finale. I read however many of The Roommate today. So I haven't finished finale. I don't know what I'm going to rate it. Well, I, like, kind of know up here, but like, you know, I'm not gonna say what I rate it until I actually finish the book. Basically about this like carnival type thing is kind of like how I would describe it. It's a magical game. There's contestants that have to go through. It's kind of like scavenger hunty, and they have to like do certain things to win the game. But the issue is that the magic makes it hard to like tell the difference between reality and what's a part of the game, and then it just gets all fuzzy, and it's like kind of like a high stakes game. Anyway, yeah, I was reading book 3 of Caraval, and this is the last book. I think I gave Caraval like 3 stars and Legendary 4, so we'll see what I give finale. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please tell me you did, because I read 40 hours this week. I mean, that's commitment. Anyway, yeah, like seriously, I hope you liked this video. Like, if you want to like it, you should. If you want to comment, that'd be great, and subscribe. Anyway, I will see you soon, I guess. I don't know.